Why does this microphone always?
Hello.
This is Justin's
That's
microphone.
Justin's,
it's
yeah.
very limp.
It's quite limp, yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to tighten
Oh,
it.
wow.
You'll notice my microphone is quite solid, hardy.
Wow, with the forearm there.
Hardy, okay.
Yeah.
So it is Not So Christian Brothers, but you're not Justin.
I'm not Justin.
Well, I'm actually in his chair.
If I had more facial hair, I could be Justin.
No, you'd have to cut your hair as well because his is quite tight.
More kind of
Yeah.
financial goings-ons, more, I don't know, more, what is he, high performance? If I had a lot more going on, I'd be Justin.
He's a high performance zip line. As a
Yeah.
human being, he's a high performance zip line.
Justin
Yes.
is currently traveling. He will be back for next week's show, which is our Christmas show, but I'm stepping in.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
weird?
No, it's not because
fine.
we
Yeah.
know each other so
Yes.
well, and in fact, we work on radio together.
Yes.
Sorry, I just wanted to mention quickly because I know
That's weird for you to be in that chair, though. Because it's
sorta like
making
this.
you soft and fluffy, whereas usually you sit in the therapy chair.
I feel like the therapist
Okay, bring it
or
on.
the terrapin.
Bring it on.
Movie. I love movies,
Go on.
and I like to recommend a movie every now and then. Blue Moon is just
Okay,
out.
haven't
right?
heard of it.
Okay, it's just out. There's a lot of Irish involved. Simon Delaney's in it. There's a young kid, Cillian Murphy, not the Cillian Murphy.
Another
but
Cillian
like
Murphy?
an 8-year-old.
Wow.
And he plays Stephen Sondheim.
Wow.
And then there's
a young Stephen Sondheim.
Yeah, an 8-year-old Stephen Sondheim. And then there's Andrew Scott, and then there's Ethan Hawke. Okay,
I
quickly.
love Ethan Hawke.
Oh.
I
He's
love
amazing.
isn't he?
So-
We just spoke there about how I personally feel he's very underrated in the Hollywood vibes.
Just
he's
before you,
excellent.
Just before, oh, and there's another guy who's the barman and is brilliant. It's all set in the nightclub Sardi's, which was a famous nightclub
Okay.
in New York.
In New
right?
York?
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't know that.
And it's the night that Oklahoma opened up.
Wow.
Which is the night that Rodgers and Hammerstein wrote their first play together, our musical together.
What do you mean, everything in one night?
And yeah. It was
Really?
it was their first one.
But they didn't write it that night. It was
No. This was the opening night of Oklahoma. And Ethan Hawke plays Laurie Hartz,
Okay.
who was the writing partner
Wow.
with Rodgers, right?
Okay.
But because he was a little bit too much on the sauce, Rodgers decided, no, I'm going to start writing with Hammerstein. So
That's how that came about.
he decides to turn up on the night and try to inveigle his way back into being a writer.
Is this true?
Yeah, it is true. But it's all set on one night
Wow.
in Sardi's. It's like a play.
Wow, that's cool.
And Ethan Hawke, if he does not get an Oscar for this, I'm going to set fire to the
Why?
Hollywood sign.
Why?
He is just amazing. You cannot take your eyes off him.
Love that.
Same parents, different timelines, and united by chaos. Strap on, strap in, for the not-so-Christian brothers.
You know, Andrew Scott is good. And the
I just
rest-
thought it's always consistent. Like, what was he in last year with Paul Mescal? And he was great.
Yeah. No,
Was
he is
that the
great.
one where he was the ghost?
Yes,
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
gay lovers. Yes, I can't remember what it was
and,
called.
and he played Ripley.
Yes,
Which
that
was
was very good.
brilliant.
Oh, that was excellent.
That was
I thought that
excellent.
was
Yeah,
excellent.
My mum
on
recommended
Netflix,
that.
absolutely. If you haven't seen that, but this is coming out. It'll be streaming soon, and it's coming out in the cinema. Sorry, it's in the cinema now, but only in select cinemas. But it's
I was
just
going to say, I have not heard about this.
this is literally the best movie I've seen in about 5 years.
There's a lot of recent films that were about the writers, musical writers, or act. It wasn't that there has been a lot, and sometimes it's a bit like, but this sounds like it's a
Did
bit
you see George
edgier.
Clooney one? Jay Kelly.
I watched it the
I
other
watched
night.
that now. Can I say something quickly?
please.
I want to just talk about Blue Moon again.
Okay,
So I'm kind of going back and forth.
that's fine.
I watched Jay Kelly. I poured my heart into it. I loved how it was shot. I thought it was beautiful. He was great. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. I just feel like I'm watching George Clooney. Does that make sense? I feel he's lost that edge of being an actor now because he's such a big philanthropist, a star, an activist. I'm just watching the chap. Whereas when I watched him in The Descendants and I watched him in even that incredible Saudi film, he was so.
Oh, Three Kings.
Now I watch him and I'm watching a movie star, and it also irked me that, like, this is a very wealthy man, George Clooney,
Yeah.
who has a lot of people doing stuff for him, George Clooney, with children that are, it just didn't, I felt like I'm just watching a narcissist play a narcissist. I didn't love Jay Kelly.
Did you not? That's.
That's the whole point
That's
of the
the whole
movie.
I know that's the whole point, but I
But I
kind
mean,
of
it had to
found
be-
it irky.
I think
Loved the
I
scene with
love
your
Jay
man
Kelly.
in
I
it.
love Jay Kelly, and that's my second favorite movie of the last year, right? With Blue Moon. The reason
Maybe
I
it's a
think,
man thing. I didn't
No,
love Jay
I
Kelly.
think it had to be George Clooney or Brad Pitt. It had
Why?
to be a huge because it had to be a huge star. Otherwise, we wouldn't have
Do
believed
you
it.
love the scene with the mate who didn't get the audition and in the bar where they go after the funeral to
Oh
the
my
bar?
god! When
yeah.
he does method acting and he does the
Yeah.
Oh my God! Like
I feel like we're spoiling
I
alert.
studied acting for years, and that was
beautiful, right?
phenomenal.
Sorry, I this is the truth, right? I loved it so much that the credits were closing, I applied to 2 acting classes.
You'd be great. at
No,
that.
you did not.
I did, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Acting, because
I
I went.
love it.
This is
That's
something
progress.
I've always wanted to do,
You should have done this years ago.
and I've never done it. So
Now you can wreck others people's heads and get paid for it on stage.
there you go.
So the scene with your
I'd do a
man,
play with you, Colm. I think you'd be great.
he'd be great.
We could do a 2-man play.
Terry,
problem.
what's the name of the chap in it who took him on? He's famous. He was in the morning show.
Yeah, I
Come
know.
on, guys.
I can't think of the actor's
Anyway, he's
name.
a famous actor and he took him on. He's the long hair. He's really creepy in it. That scene is so good. The way he's mesmerizing. He talks about being in contact with his daughter.
yeah, yes,
Sorry, so Jay
yeah,
Kelly has
yeah.
wonderful scenes in it.
Yeah.
Just overall, I didn't. Maybe it's a me and George thing. I didn't enjoy it. Now,
I felt like it was a French movie.
back to Blue Moon. You think Ethan Hawke was superb.
Yes.
I think he was underrated. There was a lot about him and Uma Thurman in the past. It was all about showbiz. It was a bit bullshitty, right? He
Yeah.
kind of went away for a while. He had done Boyhood, which he was amazing in,
Amazing.
very edgy. But I was telling you about Before Sunrise, Before Midnight. You didn't know about this
No,
trilogy of
no,
films
no.
that he wrote are so romantic,
He wrote
never
them.
got tipped for anything. I don't think they got tipped. Now, I could be lying. Maybe they
okay.
were Cannes Festival ones. But I remember as a young woman, maybe in my late teens, they were just my romance. Like, they were amazing. So
That
I
long
love
ago.
him.
No, I'm not aging
Yeah,
you. Sorry.
95. So I
Wow.
started school in 96. So yeah, they would have
God.
been my teens.
Okay, I must check them out.
Obsessed. So you're talking about Blue Moon, which people should go see. I didn't even know about that. But Hamnet. So there's the son
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
Okay, so this
Of
is
Willie.
Shakespeare, of William Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I was a bit, if I'm going to be honest, when I saw Paul Mescal in The Gladiator, I was like,
Okay.
he's lost his edge.
Okay.
Normal People was so raw, sexy, hardcore. I fell in love with him. He's
Never
been in a
liked it.
few good things. You see, I loved it.
There was a
Okay.
difference in that.
Oh,
Because one is a Hollywood budget
I know.
that hasn't got time for
I
you to
know.
draw out your moment and your emotions, and you're locked in a scene for 4 hours and it's just you and 4 crew members.
Oh, I wanted
And
to
then there's a scene where it's like, this scene is costing us 100 grand every 2 minutes.
I wanted to slap Paul Mescal across the face during Normal
Oh,
People.
no, don't say. Oh no.
Yeah, just like, come on.
I wanted
Would
to
you-
slap
it was
him
all
across
these
the
long-
face, but in a
It
different
was all
way.
these long gazes
Oh,
and
yeah.
all these big,
Oh, yeah.
huge, empty spaces to fill.
The
But go on,
GAA
Hamnet, go on,
shorts.
Hamnet.
So I kind of lost my faith and moved
Right.
on from him. Right.
Yeah,
Hamnet is out at the moment in all good cinemas. No, sorry, that is a lie. It's out in Jan.
right.
It launched last week, or there was a premiere last week. It is about William Shakespeare. It sounds fundamentally boring. His partner, his love story, and they have a kid.
Jessie Buckley, isn't it? Yeah.
She is so good.
Is she?
Oh my god, she. And now we're getting into a whole movie show thing. She was in.
This
She
is a
was.
movie episode.
She was in something else incredible a while ago about being a mother, and she couldn't cope. She had a breakdown. She couldn't raise her kids. I'll find the name and we'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah.
And she steps away, and the dad raises their kids, which you don't hear of much.
No.
It's the most incredible film. I think she has so much depth. So her and him, this love story, and something happens to the family. I'm not going to give it all away. There's a
Well, we all
grief,
know.
a massive grief. But I can tell you, I've never in my life cried so hard at a film.
Really?
I wasn't hormonal before you go there.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Does he wear his
I think
GAA
he should
shorts?
get. I think him and Jesse will get Oscar nods for this, and I don't say that lightly. So Ethan, you can.
Now,
Does
will
he
it-
wear shorts? No.
Just wondering.
Just see his ghoulies. Yeah.
I'd say Willie Shakespeare.
Stop saying Willie Shakespeare. Stop saying Willie Shakespeare.
I'd
All
say
right, Willie.
And the way you keep moving.
Or WS, as I like to call
Okay,
him.
and that's
The
that
Big
show.
Willie,
That's
with
the
all your plays.
That's the end of that show, Terry. Thanks. Edit and cut. Fucking tail it.
So, just to say,
Jesus.
Justin's not here. This is Not So Christian Brothers. Justin Caffrey, I'm Colm Hayes. We are brothers. He's flying around the world doing some business at the moment. But producer Rebecca is here, who always appears on the after show. Mm-hmm. And for you and me,
Yes.
this is easy because how long do we know each other now?
10. I met you at a launch. I was up the duff bags. No, I couldn't have been pregnant because she's not 10. So that was a lie. So maybe I thought I was pregnant.
It was at that radio station.
Walk in my shoes
Walk in My
radio.
Shoes.
So
Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
worked as a
yeah.
news journalist in News Talk, and you were obviously doing all your breakfast shows. So no, I hadn't had my first kid yet.
Right.
But I was at that launch with you. We hit it off. Had a great old time. Lovely press thing. And I was a bit like, see you now again.
Yeah.
Bye. And a few years later too, because Gia's now 8, you randomly text me. I was on mat leave with my first kid.
Right.
I found mat leave deeply lonely. I was walking around Rathmines with a coffee, with my buggy, and planning my return to work.
Is it called mat leave now?
I didn't even know it's called.
Well,
Well,
mat
if
for
you,
a moment I had to
say,
see.
if you say Willie Shakespeare, I can say mat leave.
Well, can I say pat leave?
Mate, no, there's no pat leave.
Okay.
Pat in the back for you.
Yeah, go on.
Why is it called mat leave?
Maternity.
Maternity leave.
She's just shortened
It's
it.
just short. So it's just.
It was always mat leave to me.
Was it?
Was it?
Okay.
Okay.
Down in the hood.
Down in the hood.
Down in
Stop,
the
stop.
hood.
Take
Yeah,
that
yeah.
out, take that out.
What's up, homie?
What?
I'm on my mat leave.
Mat leave.
The Willie Shakespeare on
Okay.
the phone. I'm on my mat leave.
I actually can't. The chaos. And I think you text, and I hadn't heard. I think we'd stayed kind of in touch, and you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
said love to meet for a coffee, and I was like, "What's this lad at?"
What's this lad at?
And I thought, what would he want to meet? And I knew it must have been worky stuff. I knew he wasn't just meeting for coffee. So we went to Cinnamon Cafe in Rathmines. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And I had the buggy, I had the baby
Yes.
on
yeah.
boob. I'd say you were like, this ain't what. And you were putting together a show.
Yeah.
And he asked, would I be part of that? So
Yeah.
that's how long we're.
So long ago,
yeah.
Because it's funny. Okay, you'll get this. I'll get this. Terry's going to jump in the after show and try to
Saying
destroy
nothing
everything
now.
we're about to say. But and this is actually, when you think about it, the horrible, horrible murder of Rob Reiner. He wrote and directed the movie. He didn't write the movie. He directed the movie. When Harry Met Sally.
Oh.
A great movie.
Good
And
that
one of-
you've tributed him, actually. That is absolutely horrendous what has happened
yeah.
with Sydney, with Brown University, with we have had such a hard week of trauma for
know,
people
I
around the
know.
world,
And
but that
Bondi
was
Beach.
devastating. Absolutely, yeah.
But one of the premises of that movie, When Harry Met Sally, is can a man,
Oh,
a bloke.
we're taking this in a whole new direction this week. Okay, go on.
Oh yeah, can a bloke, because you're a friend,
Yeah.
you'd be one of my best
Yes,
friends, yeah.
we talk a lot.
So can a bloke have a platonic relationship with a female, and vice versa? I think it's probably easier the other way around. And
No, I don't know about it being. That's an interesting observation. I think it is easier.
And
Go
I'm
on.
saying absolutely, because I have a lot of female friends,
Mm.
and that's exactly what they are. There's nothing.
Sorry, bring me back to the premise of Harry Met Sally. They're friends that become lovers or not? I can't remember.
They're friends,
They're
but at one
friends.
stage, they do question, don't they? In some stage,
yes.
can a man have a friendship with a platonic friendship with a woman?
What's the orgasm scene about then?
That's because she had a sandwich.
I don't know what's happening. Were they not trying to bone each other? No.
Near the end, they were, but at the start, they weren't, and then at the end, they didn't.
So they decided we're going to wreck it.
I
See, now I'm
think-
starting to wonder, weren't they always headed towards love?
So obviously they were, because it was a Rob Reiner sitcom. Okay, so if you park the sitcom,
Rom-com, you mean?
sorry, rom-com, and you come back to real life,
Yeah.
and can, like, I have a good few female friends, and that's exactly who they are, and I have a whole bunch of male friends as well, and I think because Terry will jump into this in the after show. Hold your weapon there, Terry. I think that
Metaphorically.
I
and
think
literally-
that because we work in the media,
Yeah.
you work much closer, or you work with people of the opposite sex. While there's some offices, or let's say guys who work in garages or stuff like that, they're only with guys.
So if there's a girl that comes into that garage as admin or she's working as a mechanic, indeed, like, would there be blurred? I would say I never questioned it because I feel very black and white about things. Maybe my views have changed latterly, but I would have always felt like you're married, you have kids, you're my employer, or, you know, that's not a thing. And used to talk, it was mainly men because it was all the sports journalists and the broadcasters. There's a lot more men than there is women now. There's a lot more women.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's a very male-dominated newsroom. Newsrooms often were. I just didn't, even if there was someone attractive or that you had a great time with or frizz on, you just didn't even
Yeah,
question that.
yeah.
I just think there's a kind of unwritten, you know, you're friendly, but you're also like, but the lines do get blurry, and that's where the problem is, how you, you
But
know,
the blurry
start.
lines, when your lines got blurred lines, remember that song? Yeah, which was terrible. When the lines, who sang that? I can't remember his name.
Robin Thicke.
Robin Thicke.
Yeah.
When the lines get blurred in that relationship with you, right? Is it generally from the guy? Yeah, who you thought was your
So
friend?
I would feel that I'm a bit, and maybe you're going to say you're full of nonsense. I feel like I'm quite a liberal, open-minded gal who
Well,
can
you're
be.
Protestant, yeah.
No, but
Comes
like,
with the territory.
I'm a Christian. I'm not actually. But who can get on with anyone who wants
Yeah,
to get on with
yeah.
you, or who. And so I went to a mixed primary, a mixed secondary, a mixed.
There
I was
you go,
never in an all nuns, all girls. Not that, but I think it
I think
does
it
change
does.
the dynamic.
I went
And
to a mixed school as well.
Okay, so my relationships weren't just friends with girls and then you date boys. It was like you're just friends with girls and boys are just your mates. And so I played a lot of sport, as you know, in school. I did have boyfriends through school. I had great friendships that were of girls. Romantically, so I never really. If you fancy someone, that's a different vibe.
No, absolutely.
And then I worked in media. Yes, I worked in RT. I was a teacher in a school with a lot of men. I've never worked in workplaces that were heavily female focused,
Right.
like in beauty maybe, or in loads of things that are gendered. But I am discovering now, as an
Yes.
older woman,
Oh,
that I think I might be wrong about.
somebody's ringing. You're ringing.
Oh no.
No, you're
It's
not ringing.
okay.
It's
It's just
an
my.
alarm.
It's just the alarm.
It's just an alarm. Just
What's
a
the
remi-
green thing attached to your phone?
My earpods are charging.
Off your phone.
Well, off your phone. That's very clever.
Thank you very much.
No technology.
Thank
in
you
it.
very much,
That's
lads.
a lovely colour.
Very
Anyway,
smart.
sorry, I think that was an alarm to breathe or something. Now that I am 42 with my babas and have had male friendships, I am starting to wonder.
Oh.
Not with you and I have a few other little long term, but with some men, I think I'm not sure that you can be platonic because I think there's always. Okay, this is what I'm wondering. Do men always just enter a female friendship because they want something from it?
Friendship.
Hmm.
But you said to me off camera, and we can do it on camera. Hello, camera.
Hi, Cameron.
That you feel that maybe I can have female friends because I'm slightly
Your
campy.
personality. Wow.
I would say more
The
flowery.
Irish Daily Mirror, like Colm Hayes comes out like. No, I would just say you're more flavoursome, fruity,
Jeez.
flahuluk. I don't think any more F's.
Yeah.
I would say you're not like all men, right? That's a compliment, P.S.
Okay.
I have told you things. I have a few other really strong female friends, as you know, but I have told you things I wouldn't tell my husband. And that's not slighting him because he gets a lot of shite. But I have told you deepest, darkest.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
told me some
Yes,
stuff. We've
yeah.
scars. We've been through a lot via work, family. You've had such grief recently. But I feel very comfortable telling you that. And I tell you this, as a male friend, your perspective is so endearing, enlightening, and so vital because I think women will come at it in a very different way. I will say this, and I have to stand over this when I say it. Sometimes with women, there's more judgment.
Can I just put in a point? Like,
Yeah.
us as men, we always try to fix things, right?
Oh.
We're always in a fixing mode. We're always like, my
No,
wife
I
says
would
to me, I'm
disagree with
always
that.
trying to fix things.
Okay.
Where women tend to listen more.
No, I would disagree with
Do you
that.
disagree?
So
Yeah.
I would disagree.
I would
in that
firmly
respect.
disagree.
Why?
My friends would always try and judge, fix, preach. Colin will listen. And my friend, I had a really good friend in school. I'm not going to name all these people, but they would
No.
listen. I actually disagree. I think women are there to go, well, that absolutely needs to.
I find women
Yeah.
are there to fix.
Fix.
Even good now. Not necessarily you. If we'll be very careful there.
There's a lot of sensitivities on the WhatsApp group.
Hormones flying. I think it's the shirt.
Not today. I'm good today.
But there are definitely women,
Yeah.
and when you give them the problem,
Yes.
men try to fix plugs and light bulbs. Women try to fix people.
I agree with you. I actually agree, Terry, on
and-
that. And I wouldn't
and-
agree with Colin often.
There are women in my life that,
Yes.
especially in the last couple of months,
Yes.
are trying to fix me.
Yes.
Where I don't want to be.
I have those
fixed.
friends who I'll tell them stuff and they're women and they'll go, well, this is what you should do.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
find that actually exhausting.
But there's. Do you?
You'll
do you-
kind of listen to me, Colin, and you'll go, yeah, I've had an experience like that in life, or that's hard, and I'll go, well, and you'll go, you'll figure it out, or
I try.
no,
Even though people call me judgy judge, right?
do they?
I try to not judge.
I don't think you're
people.
judgmental
Yeah,
at all. I think your best trait, if we're going to talk about traits, is you're not judgy at all. At all.
I better come up with a few nice things to say about you.
Could
don't
that
think-
be that your years of radio experience,
Yeah.
like because you've spent 40 years listening to people,
Well, talking, but also,
but also you have to listen
Yeah.
on radio because you respond in certain ways. I listened to you for years, and I know how you responded to people when they'd call in and stuff like that. But you listen.
I think also when I
that's a good
did the
point.
cycle against suicide, and then I signed up and I did Childline. So I was I answered the phones, and that was like a 16-week course.
Wow.
And the one thing, if a kid rang, no matter what they said, even if you thought it was a joke, you never ever judged them. Even if they're ringing up, going, "Wait till I tell you what my uncle did to me," and there's kids laughing in the background, you still never judge them.
Okay.
The reason being,
You never know.
they could be testing you, and then when their mates aren't around, they'll go, "Okay, well, I'll
Boy
ring
who
now
cries wolf.
because this guy who answered the phone didn't judge me."
100%.
So I
Also,
just
you never know.
yeah.
There's such a fragility and a frailty in humans in general. And I think there's such good meaning. And I say this behind the friends who go, this is what you've got to do. This is a 5-step plan now, Bex, to move forward. And it's fine. And it's with good will. I do think people sometimes, but I will say about your friendship and my male friendships is, you've never tried to fix me or you'll kind of go, you'll figure it out, Bex. And I think that's, you need friends like that. You also need the friends that shout at you and go, what are you doing with your life? You're blowing up your life.
Yeah.
But I would say, coming back to that, so Terry, I would actually disagree on that. I think the women in my life would be much more likely to judge, which is sad, or talk about me behind closed doors. I think you learn a lot about women maybe being, the loyalty being trickier. I think men
I
are
don't
just
mean
there.
men are judgment. We don't have judgment, but my wife says I'm always trying to fix it. So if she's so
that's your I do think
bestows
there's
and things,
personality.
That's your personality,
yeah. I'm
You're a
always,
fix-it guy. You come in here and you brainstorm, you crisis manage things.
I suppose so.
I've
yeah,
had to go to you about tech stuff. I'm worried. Like, you are that guy. I think it's also personality, and maybe that's the danger of gendering people.
Maybe.
Colm is you are a showbiz person, but I've never questioned our platonic. I do question, Colm, if I'm honest, other men that I meet in industry, and now I'm out in the world on my own.
Yeah.
What is their reason? Are they using me for their own? Like, I don't know if
Gain.
it's a simple game.
Physical gain, mental gain, business gain.
I'm hardly some frickin', I'm a middle-aged woman with 2 kids, so not necessarily, but I don't feel there's always a good vibe there.
Yeah, that's interesting. That is interesting.
I don't think women are using me for my brain. They're not using me for my experience, and they're not using me for my body. They're just not. So I think if a woman says something regarding work or so, I kind of trust it. I am starting to, I actually said it to my husband last night. There's a few men in my orbit.
Right.
And I'm just like, is this to benefit them? So are men much more likely to take than give?
I do in business probably. Yeah, I mean, I think
That's interesting.
I think we do that anyway, men or women. If you can benefit me in business in some way,
Yeah.
I might try to inveigle my way and go, let's have lunch. Or I'm such a nice guy.
Why
or,
are men like that and women aren't? Are they just more survival instinct kicks in?
I think it might be that. Yeah, this is
Hunter
where we
gatherer.
need Justin. He'll have the research from
He would,
1983.
yeah.
From the
1983.
Geffen
And he-
Research Institute.
he'd have logged it as well and gone through it completely,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then fed it into chat.
I think that it could be hunter gatherer.
What do you remember about our friendship? Do you remember us starting out being friends?
Nah,
Did you
I
just
can't
need
remember
something? You wanted us to work together.
We did. I wanted just to work together.
Okay.
So originally, it was to work together.
Yeah.
So I'd heard you on that particular radio station that we were working on.
Yeah.
And I thought you sounded great. And I thought, okay, so if a project comes along and I need somebody, and somebody I would fit, I could see how you would fit in.
Yeah.
And then that happened, and we were working every Friday or so together. And then I think out of that, our friendship evolved.
Well, I think you just talk between songs. You end up
so
talking.
your friendship evolves, and you either become very trusting of that person. It takes me a while, obviously, like anybody, to become trusting of somebody. And then when you do, then it's a lovely place to be. And since
Makes doing radio easier. I think if you come in and there's a curtness or there's a non-familiar, which I've had with certain hosts, as you know, where there isn't a familiarity and you like them but you can't get close to them, it's really hard to do a show for 3 hours or
I
4
used
hours.
to do a show years and years ago with a female that we ended up just really hating each other.
Oh no.
And so much so
That's
that
really hard.
when I got onto the lift in the morning, if I smelt her perfume in the lift, I used to feel sick.
Oh wow!
This is so visceral.
Because I knew she was in before me. And I
Oh
just
my
made me
God.
feel, yeah. And I used to fake.
God, it's so funny how a smell
Isn't it?
brings you to something of hate when it may have been okay before.
It was
Or
probably, and I'm sure it's a lovely perfume. But if you walked in wearing that perfume now,
You'd
I'd
feel
actually
sick.
go, whoa, where was you?
that's really interesting.
Willie Shakespeare.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, there isn't none of that. But here's another thing. Right?
Wow.
Okay, so
But also, sorry, we traveled a lot together, which completely cements any horseshit you
got
have.
Japan, yeah.
You sorry,
Sweden.
all like, vulnerabilities, everything's out the window. You're completely exposed. You're traveling. You're exhausted. You're having to survive. You're having to. So we did a lot. We did the Tokyo thing, the Sweden thing. We did like even down the country, and I think that opens up a lot of like.
No, it does,
Yeah.
absolutely. When you're, here's the other
Go
thing.
on.
that I'm thinking about because okay, so I am
I
100%.
bet Justin doesn't put his lip balm on.
Not
not
halfway
on
through
his
a show.
lips.
No,
Not on
definitely.
Where does he put it? Don't be weird.
No, that's him being weird, not me.
So weird.
I am. So Anne used to know that I had all female friends.
Yes,
obviously
I
have
need to ask you about this.
Okay, I obviously have loads of male friends as well. Not loads,
not
because
really.
nobody has a huge amount of friends anymore. You know, when you get to my
But you
age,
don't really have a lot of male
you're quite
friends. Oh, actually,
selective.
you do have the laddos.
I have the laddos that I
Yes,
grew up
sorry.
with, and I have my other mates. But Anne would go, oh, where? And I go, I'm going out with Alice and Susie tonight. We're having dinner. Oh, great.
She
That's
wouldn't
good.
even question it.
No,
Why?
because
She was hoping you were snogging them.
no, because I think in the language I used and the way I spoke about them, and she met them all as well.
I was just going to say that. Did
Yeah,
your
yeah,
wife
yeah.
know most of your female
there was
friends?
no like, oh, I'm going out tonight. Where were you?
She didn't know Lucy and I for a while and then did. So was she ever like weird about us? No. She was just like, they're your radio guys.
No,
She's
never
very
really.
trusting. I have to be honest now. I have to be honest, Colm.
Yeah.
If I was going out for dinner on a Friday and you have great crack with Alice and Susie,
yeah.
you've great crack with Lucy, we've done dinners as foursome. I don't know now. Would I be like, it'd be the A-OK now for me to be having dinner with two really good media friends? I'm going to be really honest that we're men. I'm going to be honest. And I have done it, but I've always pretended it was just there was gals there.
I'm being honest.
That's great. That's a wonderful-
I would actually say, oh, you're out with your girlfriends tonight.
Great.
Seriously.
Wow.
And I
That's
think
huge trust.
I think also in the last year or so, because
Are they married women?
well, Alice isn't married.
Oh, is she not? Because I was going to say, does it change it when they're married?
I don't think so.
No.
No. Well, Susie is obviously with kids, and like Susie was such a great friend now that Holly babysits her kids.
Nice. Can Holly babysit my kids?
But yeah, if you pay her,
Yeah, I
Good.
would pay her.
She's really expensive.
How
Like she's
expensive?
taught, like she
Top
teach-
tier.
She reads Shakespeare to them, to the kids,
15.
an hour
Yeah.
plus €2 for commission me.
Oh my God. Absolutely
Are we
horrendous.
actually negotiating my daughter's
Horrendous.
Like, no, listen, she
wanna
she
think about
babysits, no
that.
problem. She's brilliant. She's brilliant. Very much in demand. What was I talking about, Terry?
I have no idea.
You were saying that she was cool about you going out with your girlfriends in
She was
inverted
absolutely
commas.
cool. No, sorry, I'm near the end. I hate saying near the end. of
Yeah.
it. So in the last year,
Yeah.
she knew having really good girlfriends
Was important.
was even a greater support mechanism for me than the guys.
So hang on, did Anne go out for dinner with lads?
No.
But she
Unless
worked
they were
in a
family.
male-dominated company.
Yeah. So, but they were all our brothers.
Okay.
So
What would you think if Anne went out with two accountants from the firm or two? How would you feel?
I wouldn't. I would have been fine with it
Would
because
you?
of the way she was fine with my friends. I would be fine, but she wasn't.
What
that
if I
sort of
started to
person.
say to you
See, she
that
wasn't media.
Susie stopped being able to go to the dinners because she had the kids, and Alice and you were just having the dinner? Still no problem?
A couple of months ago, Alice and me went out for a few scoops down into Blackrock.
So it was quite a
and
nice,
yeah.
kind, friendly
Trust,
space.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a friendly space, very open about it, always talking about it, always talking about my friends. And
Why are
and
you more drawn to female friendships, Colm?
I think you're more interesting than men
Why?
because you've a
We're so
why.
complex.
There's a complexity that I'll enjoy, and there's an empathy that is really, really good, and there's a greater sense of the world. You know,
Really?
I think men are very one-dimensional
Boring.
sometimes. Yeah, it can be boring. I mean, I love a night when we're just talking sports, but not all night.
Wow.
And I think that if the world was,
Could you have been gay in another world?
could I have been? Well, I can't be gay now, so I don't know. Like, if I'd been previously a
It's a
hedgehog,
bit of
would
a
I been a
strange
gay
question,
hedgehog?
you know. You gotta want to be attracted to the.
You gotta want to be gay.
Jesus,
You
I
can't
love a good rugged beard. I do.
It's a ridiculous
Just
question.
wondering, is there new life direction for you?
Can you, if you were a previous guy in a
Is that why
parallel,
your hand has just gone up there to be more like
gay, never me, no,
like how,
sure you do that.
how you've changed
Yeah.
like positioning?
Yeah. Just gotta call my words.
Like a second ago, you were sitting like this, and we were talking about albums and Roger and Hammerstein. You've suddenly, anyway, I jest. Am I more attracted? I love my male friendships. Do you know
There you
why?
go.
They offer me something totally different. I have a house with two girls. I grew up with
yeah.
sisters. Very gals in what I did in media. I love when I'm with the boys shooting the breeze. It brings out a bold side in me.
Yeah, it certainly does. No, to us, sorry, yeah.
It brings out sometimes, dare I say, a more intellectual side of me. I get to kind of probe things. It brings out a daring side that I probably a bit more conservative around women. I want them to like me. I want girls to like me and think that I'm a good person. Whereas with guys, I feel like I'm more myself.
So you fake them.
That's that's such an interesting statement.
I
that you
feel
just
like I'm
said.
more-
which is there?
that you want girls to like you more,
Yeah.
but you don't think about that with
So do you
males.
think you could have been gay in an alternative universe?
100%. I think, good, touche.
Look at that. Baps
Look
on
at
that.
the best of that.
But
I
you
think
want
I-
guys, you want girls to
I
trust
think
you.
I grew up in a time, Terry, where women were to be good girls, nice girls, be quiet, we've changed obviously a lot. Women, diversified, we're breaking the ceilings and all that. But I think I grew up in a time where it was like, be good, be nice. And so I've always wanted other girls to think that I'm doing. And I think with men, I'm not saying I'm fake with women, but I'm definitely tapered down. And I think with men, I'm very much myself. I'm all out.
Do you want to be?
What I am.
Do you want men to think you're sexy and cool and gorgeous?
I just want them to get. I don't
Yes,
think
you
I,
do. Yes,
Oh
you
my
do.
God, you are such.
Come on.
Don't
'Cause
put
you're a flirt,
on your
you're a
narrative.
flirter. You're a
I don't think I'm flirty.
Oh, you're
at all.
flirty. Yeah.
Disagree with you.
Okay.
Maybe you've seen me with the CEO of the radio station, like chatting away making coffee.
You're getting awkward now. This is the awkward chair.
I actually had this debate with someone recently. I think I'm the most unflirt. I don't think I would know how to flirt if it smacked me in the face.
Terry, do you think she's flirty?
No.
No, I think she's more vulgar than anything else.
That is a form of flirtatious.
Wow,
Yeah,
Terry.
yeah.
You know what? That Christmas present.
But I think what's interesting
No.
there is, I think what's interesting,
I
what you
don't think
said
I'm
is,
flirty. I think I'm the Becca who was like the third child, was a little tomboy, was
Right,
I
okay.
think I'm more like, okay, you can perceive
I would
it
have
as-
had you as a mate.
Exactly. I think you could perceive me as flirty, like, ooh, but I don't think I'm like coquettish or like, I don't think I'm a seductress, but yes, maybe I'm more all out. Here it is. I'm not hiding anything. I'm just,
For
and
the
maybe
guys.
men find that
do you want,
endearing.
So for guys, you want to climb a tree for them. You want to see them that. And for girls, you want
No,
to
I'm
wear
not trying to impress
You want
men.
to wear a nice dress.
I think I'm trying to impress women. I don't think I try and
Okay.
impress men. And
Okay,
maybe
maybe that's
because
it,
I'm
yeah.
not trying to impress men,
Yeah.
They like
you
me.
impress them, yeah. That's interesting.
Because
Because
you're
I
just
think-
yourself.
because I'm just me, and they'll kind of go, God, you're kind of funny, and you ski and you do adventure sports, and you'll try and thing once, and you're in production, and you're kind of imagine, and how you parent, and you're wild, and you dance naked in your, and I think they're like, God,
Naked
it's
in your...
Naked in your. Well, look, you've just won every man over right there in that statement.
not in this all.
The phone is
Not
off.
in-
The phone is ringing.
Is the
phone is ringing.
hotline singing?
Did you get her to finish the sentence naked?
As
Dance
in,
naked
I'm
in
not,
or what?
as in, I'm not putting on a show.
In a car?
I'm not putting on the show that some women put on where you go to the bar and it's all, and then it's like a completely different human. I am this person. And so I think some men find them doing, some men probably find it hugely off putting. She's like, too much for me. I'm too much. And I think with women, I'm always trying to fit in. That's interesting. Actually, I can't believe I just said that. But yeah.
That is really interesting. And I'm thinking for
Oh God, I hate that I've said all
on
this.
my side, for men, I just like, I don't know what it is. I actually sort of think I want the same from both,
Go on.
which is just like a friendship. But I think I can be more honest with some women, but
So
then
me
some
and
try
you
to
are kind of the same.
fix me.
No wonder we get on.
But with guys, but I'm always trying to be funny. This is my problem.
No,
With
you're not
who?
always trying to be funny. You're just funny.
I think you are just funny, to be honest.
Yeah,
no,
like
no,
my-
I think if you were always trying to be funny, I'm going to be really honest.
Like I
would
can make
never be
I
friends
can
with
make a
you.
joke when in the darkest moments of life.
Yes.
Like it really can.
Oh,
Like,
something like
so can
gallows
you.
humor,
And I've
yeah,
and
yeah.
like I'm guessing from what I heard from your wife's funeral that you did do that.
Yeah.
And because that's
Yes.
who you are. You're just a funny
What do you mean
person.
you only heard from it? Did you not watch it online or anything?
No, I didn't. I hadn't got
Do you want the transcript?
Oh my
I'd love the
God,
transcript.
you're
Have you got it
so
with you?
dark
Someone's
and
very funny.
So inappropriate.
Like,
I-
and you can use it. Just
Can I
change,
nick-
just change the name.
Just change the
Colm had the ability of talking about
See, that's how dark you are. I love
and
it.
being sick for years and having to go through that, and had the ability on the day of the worst day of your life, let's be honest, even though you had to survive it, of being so beautifully poetic and doing her justice and a tribute to a woman who's the mother of your kids, and then being so funny that I had like tears and snot.
Yeah.
Whereas as I've been to funerals that are kind of like, yeah,
That's a
vanilla.
real funeral.
That is
Because
a
you
real
should be able
funeral.
to celebrate people's
Well,
lives by having a
absolutely.
laugh.
And that was Anne. We'd spoken about it. That's what.
And
Anne,
do you know what you
Anne
did?
wanted that.
But you
Anne
did her
wanted the
proud.
music that we played.
You did her
Lovely.
proud.
The only thing I wouldn't play was "Bye Bye Baby" from the Bay City Rollers. That was one of her choices, but that wasn't happening.
No, that probably would have broke you.
That's a gag, by the way.
Oh,
See, I'm not always funny.
oh.
Sometimes his jokes are. Sometimes his jokes are just too. Colm's the kind of guy that when we go out for
Hey,
dinner.
Colm is here, by the way.
Yeah, but like when we go out for dinner, and I've said this before, And I'll be just like working. I'll have had babies to put to bed. I'm really tired and I'm just not in the zone. And I'll turn up at the dinner going, I better turn up because that's what you do. And I'll laugh so hard. My stomach hurts all weekend. Like my ribs hurt. Every part of my tummy hurts. I've laughed so hard that people in the restaurant have moved away from us and complained about us.
Or we've been moved, yeah.
Really?
And I remember once, it was my 40th late celebration. You guys brought me out in Killiney. And I said, I have to go to Super Value before it closes at 11 to get nappies for the baby.
Right.
And Colm was like,
will we go together?
what the fuck? Like, we're drinking here, Bex. I'm like, I have to get them because there's none. And she's a size 3 and I need to. You walked across to me to Super Value, a pretty well-known broadcaster. Walked the aisles of the baby section. Looked like we had a love child, actually. We made jokes about how this looked because we were linking arms.
Did you argue over who's paying for them then?
Actually, I think he tapped. We linked arms. We got the nappies and baby wipes. I was obviously drunk. It looked deeply inappropriate. And then we walked back to the bar and I thought, this is the funniest friendship. Like, we have laughed so hard in airports. We've laughed after fights. So that for me is a friendship. If you can as a man, if you can make me laugh, you're on a winner.
I think
you are very funny. You're also so annoying.
So, and I'm not accepting that. So, what we're saying then is, yes, you can have a platonic
No,
relationship.
I don't think we can. I think we just happen to have. And
So then we have.
I think it depends on the people.
You've tried to touch me a few times, but I've always slapped you away.
smack me in the face. But that's because I think you're camp.
Oh, stop with the camp, darling. Yeah, so we can.
Is that the end of that topic?
Well, I think that's the
end
end
of
of this
the episode,
broadcast.
yeah.
Oh, broadcast.
The broadcast.
Okay.
High five.
Hey. See. Oh, there you go.
Like, subscribe, get involved, engage. There's going to be so many shows over Christmas. This has been such a brilliant year for Not So Christian Brothers. Sorry,
Yes.
Justin, you're not here, but we'll see you in the next show.
And no, the after show is going to be interesting because Terry's going to take your place in the after show.
Oh, really?
And maybe try and break everything we said.
What you doing with your hands?
Break. Sorry.
There's a tree in my head. I gotta go.
Okay, bye
Okay,
everybody.
bye now. Thank you. Hit the like button.